Okay. Hey, Scott. So
Hi.
to kind of set context to this stream, Scott had an issue where an ordinal got transferred to his kind of payment address instead of his ordinals address on 1sat ordinals, and I decided to do a stream to pull him in here, and we'll walk through it. So
Save the day.
yeah. So let me actually. Oh, I'm not sharing that. Let me share my screen. Okay. So here I have a wallet that has two ordinals in it. They both look exactly the same. That doesn't matter. These are in my ordinals address. So I'm going to recreate your issue by copying my payment address and transfer my ordinal to my payment address.
That's to the BSV wallet rather than the
Yeah,
ordinal.
it's my BSV wallet.
Perfect.
Okay. So now in my ordinal address, I only have one ordinal. So when Luke built the functionality in 1sat.market, he actually built functionality to handle this situation. The only thing is, in order to be able to do it, we need to be able to find that ordinal, and we need to find kind of what the out point, so where on chain that currently lives.
Okay.
So in order to do that, there's a number of different ways you can kind of resolve this. Within yours wallet, you can actually import your 1sat keys. That would go out and sync your ordinals for all your addresses, not just your ordinals address. So that's one approach, but that means kind of bringing those keys into another wallet and doing stuff differently. If we want to do it from all within 1sat.market, so let me actually show one thing. If I click on an ordinal, it goes to a page that is the details of this out point on chain. And that shows me everything about that. So basically, we need to find this out point for the ordinal that's in our payment address, in our BSV address, and go to this page on that. So there isn't a nice user interface to be able to kind of find this stuff. So we're going to have to do a little bit of digging.
Okay.
So I'm going to go and copy my payment address again. And I sent you this link yesterday. I know you looked at it. But this is kind of the 1sat ordinals indexers. It's kind of like what's on chain, but from a data standpoint only. And it understands things like ordinals and locks and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I'm going to go into my payment address here, try it out, put my payment address in here, and click execute.
Yeah, so this is what I had, and it completely confused me.
Yeah, so this is showing me now. Well, when we were talking about it yesterday, that was with an ordinals address. So I'm going to guess it held a lot more outputs than this is. So I'm looking up my payment address right now.
Okay.
And we'll see my payment address has 3 outputs here. This one is just a payment. It doesn't have any other data that was pulled out of it. It's just payment, and it's 99,690 Satoshis. This one right here, we'll see, is actually, this is an inscription. This has got data on. So this is the output we're looking for. Now, obviously, if I had a lot of inscriptions, I need to do more digging in to figure out which one was the right one. But, so if I take this out point right here, and I go back to our 1sat.market, and I just replace the out point for that other one with this one. Oh, I hope this. Something has changed. Last time I went through and did this, for one that was in my BSV wallet, it actually popped up a little thing that said, this appears to be an ordinal, but in your payment wallet, would you like to transfer it? Okay, well, we'll walk through the other steps then. Well, actually, can you try that on your side? So
Yeah, let me go on to that. So I'm going to copy my ordinals address. Or no, I'm copying my
copy your
BSV address, right?
I wonder if this is
Okay,
only in the
so
alpha site.
click and what was it? Okay, copied. And then it was that link you sent me. It was the second one, yeah?
I think it's going to be the very
The
top
Swagger.
one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That Swagger one, but then the very first, the first function call on that Swagger.
API./docs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, I've got that. And then which API
So do the
do I
very top
click
one.
on?
Get API TXOs address in curly braces /unspent.
Splash Sunspell. Yep. Okay.
And you click try it
Try
out.
it out. Copy, paste. Okay. Enter. Execute. Right.
And so
So
you're going to look for
now,
any of the results that have data in this origin section.
yeah, so I can see type ord. I'm guessing that's the one. Yeah, 013 Satoshi.
Oh,
Okay,
wait.
so there's two outputs here. There's one that's at the top, third row down, and then there's one that's below height.
Would you mind sharing your screen?
Oh, yep, sorry. 2 seconds.
No, that's okay.
Present, share screen, on Swagger. Can you see that?
I gotta add it to the preset. Yep, there we go. Okay. So there's this one. This is that's the one that 13 Satoshi is the one you're actually looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. So up at the top, grab the out point. Okay, and then if you can open up 1sat.market.
1sat.market, yeah.
Okay, and then click on any ordinal that's shown anywhere. And that will bring you to that details page.
Ordinal. I'll click this one. Okay, details.
Can you actually share that screen now? Copy that. I mean, leave Swagger open so you can still get that ID, but share the 1sat.market instead.
Let me. It says stop screen. Can I share multiple screens?
No, I think you'll just stop sharing that one and share again with a new.
Okay, one swang. You got that?
Yep. Okay. So scroll up to your address bar at the very top of the page. Which I can't see that, but that's fine. So you're gonna replace the thing that looks like a transaction ID underscore number in your address bar of your browser. You're gonna replace that with that out point you copied from the
So
Swagger.
I go from output / and then do I go all the way until underscore zero
or the / history or whatever it is that needs to stay. You just want to replace. There'll be 64 hex characters underscore one more number.
0. Okay, so let me try that then. Right click, paste, and then press enter.
Yep.
Enter. Okay.
Oh, that's
Number 13
okay.
has been shown. Can you see
Okay,
that?
so this still isn't showing that functionality. I'm going to actually, I'm going to share my screen again now. Okay, so this might be I already did that. So I just exported this is just this dev wallet. I was saying I just had these couple wallets. So I just exported those keys. I'm going to actually go to alpha.1sat.market. I know I have seen this functionality, and so, oops, go away. So for some reason, oh shoot, desktop, no, downloads. Okay, uh-oh. I think this is the one I just exported. So maybe this functionality never made it to prod and is only as in alpha. That's what I'm thinking here. Okay. So I'm going to go back and find my out point. Huh. Well, I guess we're going to talk about this a different way. So let me... Okay, so I'm going to do this. So in my 1sat.market or alpha.1sat.market, but we'll stick with the production one. I have one ordinal in my ordinal wallet and one in my BSV wallet that I can't actually see because the 1sat.market site doesn't show that to you. So I'm going to open up my yours wallet here. So I just, while we were, before we started the call, I actually went in my ordinals wallet and clicked export keys. And that will like save an export file to your computer somewhere. So I'm going to go into yours wallet now, and I am going to say, add new account, restore import. And I'm going to go restore with private key and then upload 1sat JSON. So if I grab that file that I exported, okay, so that is going to go and kind of communicate with some servers and download all my transactions. Okay, it's now synced. So if I go to ordinals here, this data will fill in a second, but you see they are both here. Now, how yours wallet works now, it doesn't really have a distinction between a BSV address and an ordinals address, or it does. It understands all of them, but it doesn't really differentiate. It doesn't care if an ordinal is which address it's in. Yeah. But I would say there are some syncing issues with yours wallet that probably what you're going to want to do is in your yours wallet, let it sync and then transfer. So you'll select the one you want. Oops. The one you want, and you can actually just transfer it back to your ordinals address.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So if I were to do that here, so let me go, let's get my ordinals address. Now, honestly, with these, because they're both named the same thing, I don't actually know which one is which. But I'm pretty sure the one whose image hasn't been loaded in yet, yours has some like delayed syncing things. So it doesn't really matter. Basically, I'm pretty sure this is the one. Yours would say Satoshi whatever 13 underneath it because you uploaded it with a name. So you'll be able to tell where I can't tell because yours has more metadata. But anyways, I will just click on that item. Okay. I will go transfer. I'm going to put in my ordinals address, put in my password. Boom. And then if I go back to my 1sat.market and I refresh, maybe I transferred the wrong one. Let's try the other one. Oh, actually, no, I know what the issue is here. We're gonna have to wait a few seconds for this to actually sync across the environments. That's actually a good note for me to make for myself. Let me go to reminders.
So what is the benefit of having a separate BSV address to an ordinals wallet then? Is there a benefit to that, or is it for
So hold on. So the long-term real goal will be you're actually not ever going to reuse addresses. Every time you receive an ordinal, it will be owned by a different address. As we were first kind of putting this together and putting it out there, there was a number of reasons, just like the infrastructure wasn't really built for us to be able to easily do that. And so for us to have the infrastructure such that a person can come in, they can essentially tell the server, tell this API, here's my address, and we can just give everything. And we don't have to do anything of like keeping track of any sort of user account that says these 63 addresses all belong to this user, or these 5 that like it was really just kind of an easy way of getting this set up and keeping things organized.
So that's like the pay mail then, obviously, rather than sending it to a number, you would just send to 369 BSV.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different aspects that honestly you can only build so many pieces at one time. And so certain things you just like leave on a shelf that says we'll get to doing that right later. Right now we have something that works, so we can build the token basis.
Yeah.
And I will so like right now, what just happened? I broadcasted from Yours Wallet. Yours Wallet is actually using a different instance of this 1sat indexer that has newer concepts to it. And those two things will sync with each other. It's just there's some delays of like, because I was just using the same address on both of them, they both think they have the newest, and basically some caches need to expire before it's going to go and say, okay, what else do I have associated with this address? So like I did the transfer. It should be here. I just need to tell the server I need to fix some things, but I'm going to do a little magic in the background here. So if I go my recent activity, I transferred this. Okay, so let's get that transaction ID. And I'm going to go down to the, where is it? Submit endpoint. I'm going to import that transaction and go to my Yours Wallet, recent activity. Let's go to my second one. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just telling this indexer that these transactions exist. There we go. And so now that the indexer knows about those transactions, they're now both back in my ordinal wallet. So again, okay, I've made a note for myself to actually get those syncing quicker. That's been on my list for a while and I've just forgotten about it. But
so that's obviously something that will just automatically happen for the normal user.
Correct.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice and simple. That sounds great.
So yeah, I guess that's probably the best way then is import them into yours. Now, if you, I mean, this doesn't apply to you, but I will say yours does have some issues right now with wallets that have tons of history, especially if that history includes someone who minted some OJBK or minted 10,000 pixel foxes in one transaction. There's some optimizations for those kind of wallets that Yours Wallet doesn't work real good with yet.
That might be me.
Well, it might. Well, not with this. Not with this wallet, right? Or yes, with this wallet.
No, with my Yours Wallet, I've got a lot of pixel foxes on my.
Well, and if
yours.
like having individual
I've got a few
pixel
different
boxes
things.
is
I've
not
got
really
Dragon
the issue.
Army, Grand Tardarians, O-Face
Yeah.
pixels.
Most of those aren't really the issue. The issue is only if you've got
okay. So if it's
if
bulk.
they were created in one transaction that has 10,000 outputs on it or 100,000 outputs on it. Because in order for your wallet to make sense of that, it needs to make sense of that whole transaction and everything that happened in that transaction. And that can get real heavy.
Okay.
And we've done a number of tests with syncing wallets that had those things, and internally we've been able to do it, but we're also running modern MacBook Pros and modern fast computers where that might not apply to everyone. People might have slower computers that just can't cope with those bigger transactions. But I will figure out what happened with, like I say, there used to be a feature on 1sat.market where if I browsed to an inscription that my BSV wallet owned, it used to just pop up this little thing that says, hey, this looks like this is in your payment wallet. Do you want to move it to your... So I don't know what happened there, but oh well.
So just to run over, I can do this, what you've just done now, yeah?
Yep.
I can go to yours wallet. I've got that up. I've got support yours, decode broadcast, pending locks, discovery apps, sweet private keys.
Neither of those. Go back to the go back to your home, to your main wallet page in yours.
Yep, I'm on home.
Okay.
I've got manage token list and recent activity.
Nope, this little drop down up top. Look at my screen.
Oh, 2 seconds. I can't see you. Wait there. Yep.
So you're going to go down to add new account.
Add new account. Okay.
You're going to go restore/import.
Okay.
You're going to go restore with private key.
Okay. Let me start doing this. Add new account. Restore and import. Restore with private key.
You're going to click upload 1sat JSON.
Upload 1sat JSON.
Yep.
Okay. Hopefully that's not sharing with you guys.
Yeah. And then you're going to go find your export from 1sat.
Okay. Account name.
Whatever you want to call it.
I've got import account. Enter your existing password. Account name. Okay. Satoshi Socks. Icon URL. Do I need anything for that?
It's just, you see where this little green leaf is up here? You can point that to another image that will just be an identifier for your wallet, but you can leave it empty.
Okay, so put password in and finish. Success. Yep. Your wallet has been imported.
Okay, so it might take a second for some little syncing stuff to go on. So let the syncing stuff go on, and I will say if ones don't have an image, once that's all imported and synced, if you go to the ordinals tab.
So it's doing it now, saying SPV wallet is syncing 517 transactions.
Yeah, so we got to wait for that.
You may safely close the wallet. Okay.
But as long as you've got a decent internet connection, that shouldn't take too long for 500, unless there's a bunch of huge ones in there.
It should be okay. Well, the balance is loaded now. So it's showing the amount of BSV I had in my 1sats. Oh, yep. I can see syncing or unsupported file types.
Okay,
so I can see all my 1sat ordinals now.
We are going to have to wait until... So all those ones that say syncing or unsupported file type, there's like a cleanup process that runs every time a new block is found that will kind of go out to the server and get the information about those and populate it. But we are probably going to have to wait till a block is found. So Let's see when the last block was.
Okay. Well, this is nearly done. This is on like 300 now.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, at some point in the next 20 minutes or half hour, all your ordinal information should be filled out. You should be able to see everything. You should be able to see the names. You should be able to see everything about all of them. And then at that point, select the one you want and transfer it back to your ordinal address. And then it should show up in your 1sat.market. And again, right now there's still some delays because we have different databases and different syncing, and things are very much kind of in a development flux across all these different tools. So trying to get the back ends kind of all updated, but don't want to break the old stuff. So it is what it is.
So what's this saying? Because my balance on that was 0.02, $1.04, and then when I go on to the Yours wallet,
well, is the
it's now
syncing process
saying
done yet
it's
or not?
$14 and there's 0.29.
Yeah. So what it's doing,
Not sure.
is when
no,
you first
syncing on file.
Yeah, if it's still syncing, that would be so. What it's doing is basically when you first import your keys, it goes out to the 1sat ordinals indexer and basically says, "What's in my wallet?" And it immediately imports that money into your wallet. Then it also gets what is all the history that has been in my wallet, and it starts importing that history. And as it's going through your historical transactions, many of those transactions will have sent money to your wallet. Whether it be like I paid for something and my change came back for me. Now that output has already been spent, but until it finishes processing the rest of the history, it doesn't know that it has been spent. And so while it's going through that sync process, your balance is going to actually go up and go down, but it's going to basically keep recalculating the history. And then when that sync is done, you should be at the point where the balance is accurate.
And during that sync, just out of obviously security concerns, if you was to try to send BSV during that sync, would that be a double spend, or will it just automatically create an error?
It would try to double spend and it would get rejected as soon as you broadcasted it.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but again, there's a little imprecision because, like, again, when you first import it, it is importing your actual UTXOs. So if you went to go send BSV to someone and the system happened to grab one of your real UTXOs, like the ones that aren't spent yet, that are in your wallet, it would work fine. If it happened to grab one that had already been spent, but it doesn't know about it yet, then it would fail. And that's kind of all hidden behind the scenes. So,
right. So say, for example, obviously my 1sat balance is 0.02 and my it's saying 0.2. If I was to spend a 0.01 BSV, that would likely go out because there is actually the text available there, the funds available.
Maybe, but because everything is like at the UTXO level, like I don't actually remember what logic. I think it grabs your oldest UTXOs first. I don't remember. So if it grabs your oldest UTXOs first, it would probably grab one that has already been spent. So really, until the sync process is done, I mean, the wallet is usable, but it's not really usable. You kind of need to wait for that sync process to finish.
Okay. So if let's say obviously I've got a 512, I believe it was on there. How would somebody be affected by this? Let's say if they had 10,000 or 1 million UTXOs gone out from the wallet. Let's say the person.
I mean, if they have 1 million, Yours wallet probably isn't going to be able to serve them at this point.
Okay.
I mean, really, well, I shouldn't say that. If you generated 1 million by using Yours wallet, and so everything, like, it didn't have to like sync and catch up with a ton of history, the transactions are actually, like, if you broadcast a transaction through Yours wallet, it figures out what everything is and stores everything right there. So there's no like, I need to wait till external things tell me about what this stuff is. It just works.
Okay.
Okay. There have been 2 blocks. Is yours still syncing, or does it say it's done?
Let me have a look. Yours wallet. I'll click back on it. I'm guessing it's still syncing because the balance is the wrong balance. Ordinals, yeah, syncing or unsupported file types. There is a couple that are showing. There's 0.11 Satoshi and 0.12 Satoshi, and then there's also a cat with hat. But everything else is
those
all
will fill in. I mean, honestly, there's been enough
unsupported.
syncing issues. This is something that us, the
It
yours
doesn't
team, are going to
show.
start focusing on and trying to really clean up, because a lot of people are having a lot more issues than we were able to have in our wallets when we tested it. So
Yeah, it's not showing. Here we go. I've swapped the accounts, and that yellow band has come back up again.
yeah, so
But
that's
it's
then resyncing
not
your other
moving.
account. So it only works on syncing whichever one account you're actually in. So go ahead and switch back to the other one and see if the yellow band comes up again.
Okay. Oh, now the band is in the way. Let me come out of it.
Oh yeah, that
Click
has
back
happened
in it.
sometimes.
There we go. Okay, SPV wallet is syncing 361 transactions. You may safely close the wallet during this process. So okay, so it's still syncing.
Yep. Okay. Well, like I said, I know there
Taken
are
a
some
lot of
issues with
time.
the syncing. So if that doesn't work, we're working on that. And there'll be updates to yours coming. So I know it's kind of a pain right now to hop between these different tools, but it is what it is. There's only so many people to focus on so many things.
Honestly, I thought it was gone forever, so I'm happy to sort of jump between tools if I can get it back. Just because I think this is some crucial information for people in BSV who aren't as tech savvy, because of how easy is it if you've been uploading BSV to then accidentally send the BSV address instead of the ordinals address. I've heard of people doing this quite a few times. So
yeah, I'm going to say that probably certainly within this calendar year, but probably a lot sooner than that. This which address holds which things, and like I don't think that's going to be an issue anymore. Essentially, the back end that's running in yours wallet, once it gets really, really nailed down and cleared up, is going to get plugged in to be the back end of 1sat.market as well. And so kind of the whole concept of you have a bunch of addresses, but we look at each one and figure out which ones are ordinals, which ones are payments, which ones are things like that, rather than saying your ordinals live in your ordinal address, your payments live in your payment address. So things are coming, but right now there's just not enough people focused on too many things. So it's slowly getting there. Cool. Anything else you want to ask about?
I can see my balance changing.
Yeah.
No, just thank you for helping me with this. I really appreciate it. And it's also good that the help that you could provide me, we can also do it publicly so everybody can. I'm sure people have had problems like this in the past, so it's good to be, because the person who sent it was my fault. They sent it to, I gave them the wrong address, but they was like, oh, so is that gone forever now? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. So it's really good that you've been able to help me this way. It's quite interesting seeing the balance change from when obviously things have been spent, when things have been added. You know, it's gone 14, then it went down to 3, now it's gone up to 6.
Yeah, that's
20,
actually been
now at $20.
That's been kind of a hard thing in yours, is because So let's say I have a transaction that I mint in an ordinal in my wallet. So that transaction is going to have one output that is the ordinal that's owned by my ordinals address. But it also is going to have one output that is my change coming back to my BSV address, because I spent some money to be able to pay the transaction fees for that. So it's also going to have an output that is my change that belongs in my funding address. Well, assuming I did other transactions after that one, that funding UTXO got spent, but the ordinal might still be in my wallet. So when we try to like load up a yours wallet and sync in all my historical transactions, it's going to get the ordinal properly because I still own that, but it's going to also have that change address, which, so you have to be basically very selective about when you're syncing up that wallet. You need to have all the history for everything that, how do I want to say this? I can have something tell the wallet, here are your UTXOs, and here are the transactions that your UTXOs live in. And so it's just going to process all those transactions. But if it doesn't also have the transaction where the change was spent, then it's going to have my balance wrong. So the syncing process is quite complicated in that we got to get kind of a full enough state of your history such that everything that has been spent in those transactions, we have those spending transactions. So anyways, that's a tangent. Yeah, so I'm happy to do these for other specific questions. And I think like I get very hesitant to answer one-offs and direct messages because it's the same thing over and over and over again. And I really don't have time to go into the details for each one. But if we can do stuff like this where it's out there and then you now know where the social media link is, that if someone asks about this, you can say, hey, go watch this video.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be able to walk them through it as well. Another question for you, David. So now that I'm importing this over, does that mean that when I try to log into 1sat.market, will I have to then use my JSON and everything to get back in there, or
no? It's still got.
Can I run both accounts on two things, or does it just go on?
You can, but I will say, when you make a transaction in one of them, it might take a little while till the other one gets fully synced with whatever that was. So if you make a transaction on your yours wallet and then immediately try to do one on 1sat.market, well, 1sat.market might not yet know about that transaction you did on yours. And so it might try to spend the same funding UTXO that your yours one did. And so that transaction would fail as a double spend. So you can, but I wouldn't do it in quick succession.
Okay.
And again, there are some sync issues we're still fixing. So I think as far as reliability of your wallet goes, 1sat.market is probably going to be a more reliable experience right now, but yours actually stores all of your history locally in some protected browser storage. So down the road, if the 1sat indexer goes down, 1sat.market would be screwed. It just wouldn't work. Where yours wallet, as we kind of get this build up, will have everything stored locally. It doesn't need 1sat.market to know about things, or it doesn't need the 1sat indexer to know about things. It just knows about them. But that's still kind of being built out.
Okay.
Cool. Well, feel free to reach out again, and we'll talk to you later.
I was going to say.
Oh, what was that? All right.
Thank you, David. I appreciate all your help.
Yep.
No. I was just going to say, it's loading. I believe it's loading. I didn't know if this was Pixel Foxes. No, it's got my list. It's showing all the things. So, yeah. I appreciate your help. Thank you for everything.
Yep. Talk to you later.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.